The dragons of old, way back in time, both pre-flood and post, from coast to coast, all over the world, even where the church bells would chime. Those early centuries, they were still spotted and seen by both commoners and peasants, and the royal king and queen, magnificent in splendour and beauty, I dare venture to say, from the Roman Empire throughout King Arthur's day. Many a valiant would journey mile after mile in hopes to conquer this flying crocodile, thus bearing their armour and choice weapons of war, set out with zeal hoping to score and secure such a prized trophy. After this beast they persist, for it would mean glory, being at the top of their list, being one day able to declare, O ye dragon, you're mine, and at battle's end celebrate success with pleasant flagons of wine. And to say, yes, on this sacred day, the fierce and fiery serpent I was able to slay. Such tales are true of our vast past history, those legends of creatures captured and slaughtered, bringing the nobles utter victory. Yes, a lot has been said about their mysterious dread. Folklore abounded, as their fame has resounded, of curious intrigue and heavenly fascination, with each heart and soul from every generation, the magical essence of these immaculate creatures, and view one up close, longing to behold all of their features, to see one at last, as though it had only existed in the past, would be a lifelong dream to have come true, right out of the beautiful sky blue. For since the beginning of time, these mythological, fire-breathing, flying serpents of old were well known throughout the world as an awesome sight for sore eyes to behold, for both young and old alike. These enchanted wonders and their magnificent, overwhelming beauty have caused many a soul to write stories which have been handed down through the ages. Even in 1963, the world-renowned musical group Peter, Paul and Mary brought them back to life with their smashing hit song, Puff the Magic Dragon, Down by the Sea. For truly, their notorious, majestic, splendorous existence can still be felt by all, including you and me.
This is a different kind of mud fossil today. This is the biggest one that there probably is. I'm at the top of the Chihuahua Mountain, and on US 129, there is the blood area. It's your FeO3 right there, and here's the yellow. There's more FeO3, and as it comes over here, it goes into the FeO2 right there, and there's more FeO3. And what this is this a joke? What this is dragon scale. This is the outer edge of the very top of this mountain. And as you can see, this is biological. And as it goes up in there, as it begins, it's just like this. And just like Roger found in his ancient stories about the dragons, that these pieces of scale were so tight, air couldn't even get in between them. But over however long, they've begun to break down and crumble. Look at this. Look at this. There's no way that originally you could get in there. But now, it's breaking apart a little bit. So there's the flash. And there is the blood. That's the area that I was just in. And as it goes up, you can see the layers. And this is not uplift. This is not geologic uplift like they try to explain in the books, like we were taught in school. This never sat well with me. Devil's Tower never made any sense about basaltic volcanic formations that just suddenly protrude straight out of the ground for no reason at all, and perfect columns that never made sense. If things don't make sense, then we have to find what does make sense. What makes sense is that this is one of the largest creatures that was ever on this earth, and that this is the outer edge of that creature, and this is the outer layer of that creature. Moving on down, this is basically just soft tissue. We've got the red for the FeO3. We've got more red for FeO3. Over here, we have black FeO2. Everything is exactly like Roger has always said, except this is the grandest scale imaginable. I mean, I'm standing right here. It's hard to even grasp what I'm looking at, but it's true, and I am looking at it, and I am walking up this thing. This is the gigantic flesh of a gigantic creature. This is too big to point out that this is an elbow, or this is a knee, or this is a heart, or this is a lung. This is all one gigantic thing. and it was formed in layers, just like tissue, just like the tissue of a reptile. Look at this. This is all one piece. It just keeps going. Well, I hope I don't run into a rattlesnake, but climbing mountains for Mudfossil. And somebody's got to do this to show. Look at this. This is not a boulder. This is one edge of a creature. This is just the bump on its skin. That's all this is. This is just one raised point on the skin. Also, here are the moss and lichens, which, like Roger said, feeds all the blood. And it never made sense to me that moss and lichens grow on stone if there's no nutrition available to it, because a creature is going to eat every time. And if there's no food available, then it wouldn't be there to grow. So this right here is one of the most telling aspects I've seen so far. This right here. This was not lava. This was nothing else except a living, breathing creature from antiquity. So right there is where I was just standing. And on the side of what's supposed to be a boulder, this is the side of what's supposed to be, what mainstream would tell you is a boulder, is blood. The inside of this thing is tissue. It's muscle tissue, it's some type of tissue. This, there is a black line going across there. That's your FeO2, covered in bugs. And if I was to get this wet, like, this is a larger, much larger piece, exactly like the small piece I took home last night. Then when I broke it open, it was bleeding. Just like this. Just like this right here. Just like this. Black and red. Everywhere I look. There are the building blocks that make up creatures right here. Only this is one creature. One and only one creature. This right here could be a DNA sample. In fact, this is going to be a DNA sample. So this is lining the top of the edge of the mountain as decoration. And what mainstream would say is that that is iron oxide and that this is basically a meteor. But what this is that this right here, this band, striations. And this band of striations, this is inset for this band. This is inset to this band. There's a band here. There's a black band here. There's a black band here. A black band here. This is red over. We have a perfusion area. Red to black. There's crystals everywhere in here. This is what looks like gold. Little tiny gold flecks. Could be pyrite. I don't really care about that. What I care about is that all these compressed bands, all the way through here, once they're on the outside, they turn, this is shale. This is what everybody considers shale. This is mainstream term for dragon scales. Scales that are so tight that air cannot penetrate in between any of these. This is basically one solid piece all the way across here. But when you get out here, hold on. When you get out here, you can slide something into the outside tip of all of this. But as it grows and becomes longer and longer and thicker, look at this. Oh, look how soft it is. This is stone though. Why can I scrape it with my knife? See, right through here. As you can see, my blade is going. Oh, my screen's going to sleep. My blade is sliding in there just a little bit. Just a little bit. But here's the yellow and the red that Roger talks about. Where you see yellow and the red. There's definitely gold in here. Gold through here, gold through here. But I don't care. I don't care about that. I only care about the fact that this is proof that these creatures existed, that these are and were the remains of dragons. The outside, and this is the inside, looking like a piece of steak. The gold flakes coming out of there. Yeah, there's little gold flakes out of all the red. Pretty cool. And here's the piece that broke off of that. Right here. Layers of dragon scale. Across the top, looks like one melted, seamless, bumpy piece. But really, it's made up of all these layers. It's so tight that no air can get in between. And this is slate. vein. There is this line that goes straight to the sun. It goes through the sun and goes through this side. And right across there. There's another one that goes right across here, which is the opposite side. There's the vein again, and there's the artery. And there's that same line, and then together. Because of that second here. And this is a heart, I believe, a heart with the bands going around here. Banding there, and banding all the way across here. I don't think that's a lung, is it? Let's see. Go ahead. There are the rows of scales over there, across the street. The whole thing is nothing but scales, all the way up from the ground, going at an angle. It's just packs and packs of scales. These outside edges, pearlescent. Even this is 10 layers, just this little piece. And they get thicker as I go back. And the pearlescent part gets eaten by these lichens. So it must be something in the blood causing the pearlescence. So this is more proof of dragon scales on the side of the road where they cut through to make a highway. And this is what they cut through. Layer upon layer upon layer of dragon scale. With it looks like quartz coming through here, slate and quartz, and this is what it's made up of. These bands that run this way, they're paper thin. There must be 10,000 paper thin bands to make this up. This is amazing. Yeah. This is where the minerals have leached out from this side. Same thing here. There's a bug in there. Something in there. Right through the center, so you got red and yellow here, you got black over here, and right in the middle is this yellowish area. It's still made of scales. a lot more crumbly. So this is a more unobstructed view of the ridges of part of this dragon's back. And just the enormity of this thing is mind-boggling. Standing here looking at it, I still find it hard to accept. But that's the reality. Is that this is something like the back of a crocodile, only 1,500 miles long. And the reason there's multiple mountain ranges is on the back of a crocodile, back of a reptile. There are multiple rows. And there are multiple mountain ranges.